This is how to play the main theme from Harry Potter, which is technically called Hedwig's theme. This is written by John Williams, and in this video we're covering a really simple one-note melody version of this, and in a future video I'm going to be adding some root notes to this and adding some chords to it to bring it to life a little bit more. So this is the ideal precursor if you want to just get the, if you're a beginner and you're just wanting to get the melody under your fingers and learn how to play a really cool song if you're a Harry Potter fan. But then there will be a part 2 to this video where we cover a bit, make it a bit more advanced. This video is in support of my new course, Easy Fingerstyle for Beginners, which is 100% free, but on the Andy Guitar app only. I've released a couple of teaser videos on YouTube, but the idea is you take you over to the app so that you can get the tab for this, and so that you can download and stream those videos, and you can see where this course fits in with my wider syllabus, all for free on the Andy Guitar app, currently available on Google Play and coming real soon to the App Store. But let's check out the Harry Potter theme. Let's get this first part first of all. It is how the first 2 lines of this theme start. They both start exactly the same with. So I'm assigning, we're only going to play most of the time the thinnest 2 strings. So I would assign my first finger to string 2 and my middle finger to string 1. So we number them kind of 1, 2, 3, etc. And we start off playing the second string to the first string with the first finger and then second finger. Though this is a super simple theme, you could just use your thumb, you could use a pick, you could use your first finger for everything. Don't let anything hold you back. Give this a go and try and just play the notes. So open strings and then middle finger at the 3rd fret on the thinnest string to the 2nd fret. And then to open. So 2nd string, 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open. And then we had that little skip in there. Because before you go for this, you really should know how the theme goes in your mind. It would be ideal if you can, sing along or whistle along. You've got to be able to, what we're really working on here is finding the notes that you already know how it sounds. And this will come together a lot quicker for you if that's the way around you do this, rather than, for example, just following tab and, trying to parrot copy me. You're trying to work out a melody that you already know. That's the way around to do this. So we get that far. Try and use your middle finger and then first finger. Though if you have to use one finger, that's totally fine too. We've all got to start somewhere. Big jump now. We're going to go to the 7th fret, which on my guitar is the 3rd dot. And that will be quite common on most guitars as well. And we're going to try and play that with our 3rd finger. And then go to the 1st finger at 5th fret. Da dun, so dun dun da dun 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 dun. Okay? And then lift off and move down to the 2nd fret with our 1st finger. We'll even be keeping these notes the same when we add some bass notes to it and make it trickier later, so in a future video, as I say. But that move will all actually be the same. And the hardest way of doing it, we're going to keep that exactly the same. One final time, nice and slow, and remember you can slow down anything on YouTube if you're trying to, struggling to find out exactly what's happening. The cog in the settings on the screen somewhere down here or up here if you're on mobile, slow it down so you can really get detail on when we're looking at some trickier bits. It's a really handy tip. That's the main bit, and as I say, if you're struggling with that, you definitely need my Easy Fingerstyle for Beginners course. This is what it teaches you how to do, how to play melodies such as this. The second part of that first line . Okay, so that was open, 3, 2, 4. Lovely little move, which is, it's a really creepy note, that is really cool. We could then play the first fret to open, which is how this is often tabbed, if you just search for the free tab online. But I prefer going 4th fret to 6th fret, which is the same note. It's an F note. And then going to the open, sorry. So let me play that one more time. One last time. 3, 2, 4. On string 2. 6th fret on the same string to the open string. So the entire first line, nice and slow. That's the first line. The second line is a little trickier, but based on a lot of the same moves, the same finger motions. So we start off exactly the same. Exactly the same as the first time, and you all know how that goes if you're a Harry Potter fan. But then we go 7th fret, and I would encourage that we use our little finger, because I wanted to bring you on a little bit. This is at 10th fret. So 7th fret was that 3rd dot, 1, 2, 3. And then little finger, just lining our fingers at 1, 2, 3, 4. This is at 10th fret. Just here, sorry. So we have 10, 9, 8. Third finger on 9 on the string underneath. So dun 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 dun. 7, 10, 9, 8, 9. 8. Now we need to slide here, and I'll probably slide with the middle finger to first to go 8, 8, 7, 6. Then we've got to slide again, and this is a tricky move because we're going from string 1 to 3rd fret of string 3. And then I might play it, if I was just doing the single note melody, a little rolling technique, just using the flat of our first finger to open. That was 3 on string 3, 3 on string 1 to open. Or you could use another finger to open. So definitely trickier, that second line, but we know the start of it. Gotta have that down before you move on from that part. It's what it's all based on, and it does kind of reoccur. Then 7th fret, 10 with a little finger, 3rd, middle, 9 with the 3rd finger, sliding down, 3, 3, 0. I highly advise trying to get that in those 4 sections. So we've got 2 lines, and we split them kind of each line in half. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get each quarter of it separately, and then try and get each line in total before you try and put the whole thing together. Do not, when you learn songs such as this, very different to learning anything else on guitar, do not just go back to the start again and then just try and go all the way through. It's the wrong way to do it, and you won't have as much success as if you try and get, for example, the first half of the first line, then just the second half of the first line, try and get it all together. Then move on, once that's got some success, doesn't have to be perfect, move on from that and go for the start of the second line, then the second half of the second line, and then you kind of have these sort of 4 quarters of 2 lines. So you get number 1, you get number 2, put them together. Get number 3, get number 4, put 3 and 4 together, and only then try and go from the start through that whole thing. Otherwise, you'll be practicing bar 1 lots and lots in, say, a 10-minute or a half-an-hour practice session, and you never practice in bar 4 because you never get there. You know, so that's the best way to go through it. We're going to now put it together. So all of what we've covered so far, and remember you can slow this down even more using YouTube if you wish. 2, 3. 7th fret, down to 2. I would advise going to 6th fret there. 7, 10, 9, 8, 9. All of that's kind of in the key of E minor. Second half of this, I would advise playing it at 8th fret and 7th fret on the thinnest two strings, because then we can just pick, we can pick, sorry, I'll put my teeth back in, we can pick with our first finger and then our middle finger, and it's really easy. Dun, 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 for that part, rather than what most tabs have you do and go from 3 to 7. Which is never going to sound right, and you're going to have your fingers moving all over the place. And it's not how we'll do it in the next one, in the harder, you know, when we add the bass note, when we go, when we add all that kind of thing in. So we go 8th fret to 7th fret, 8, 7, 8, 7, but you just keep them down if you want. That's totally fine. And then 3rd finger on 8th fret, so this is that dotted 7th fret, 8, 7, 6. Then, this bit's a bit trickier, 7, 8, 7, 6, move to 3, 4, 8. That bit is going to confuse pretty much everyone, so let's spend a good deal of time. The last line is almost the same as the second line. So this is the bit that's going to make you go, eh? I knew the rest of it, I can't get this bit. Let's give this a go, break it down. 8th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, and then 8, 7, 6. Again, just that first half of a line. Get half of a line first. Really slow, 3, 4. Top tip, you can keep those fingers still, but just relax them off the string if you don't want them both ringing out like this, which would be better to do this. That's an awful lot of control for virtually no movement, but it's a world of difference between that and very subtle, but it's something to really work on, and even I could be getting that to play to go better, but it's not always needed. So 8th fret, 7th fret, 6. That was 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. Lovely little pattern there. Down to 3, 4, back to 7. In total. You can do this, guys. Stick with me, stick with me. Three, 4. Probably sliding back with the 3rd finger there, but you could go back with the 1st, whichever feels more comfortable. Final line, there's only the start bit, which is the same as the previous line. So the start of line 4 is the same as the line of line 3. And then we do the same move. The second half of it is the same as line 2, if that makes any sense. First half of the final line is the start of line 3, and then the second half of line 2. So stuff we've already done. This is just putting it together. It was that 3rd line that was trickier. We have, which we've already done, and then the 10, 9, 8 move. And then we're there. What did we just do? We went 8 to 7. The same as we did. Da, 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 da. We've already done that. 10, 9, 8. 3rd finger on 9th fret on the 2nd string. 876. 876. Sliding down whichever fret you want, perhaps. My first finger I'm preferring to use now. First finger, 3rd fret, 3 to 0 fret numbers wise. Let's play the whole thing all the way through, and then I'm going to play it with the root notes and the bass notes added so you can see what we're going to be going for in about a week's time. So from the very top, all the way through. 2, 3. Nice and slow. Second half of it. Okay, to give you some motivation to go forward and see where this can lead, if you stick with it, if you practice it, you know, over the next couple of days or over the next week, this is what we're going to be going for in a week's time, and you never know, the video might be already uploaded if you're watching this in the future on the internet. So here's with the root notes of the chord added, and occasionally with the odd other chord added. So that way of playing it is more at an intermediate to advanced level, a lot more knowledge of melody and harder chord shapes with that one, but it is still very doable, and especially if you've put the time in to learn just the normal melody first. That would be what I would recommend for everyone. You've got to get the normal melody learnt first, and I hope you'll check out my part 2 of this video once it's uploaded, where we learn how to add the bass notes to it. I hope that's something you've enjoyed. Let me know your requests in the comments, and make sure to check out my Easy Fingerstyle course, which is a free download, totally 100% free course on the free to download Andy Guitar app, available now on Google Play.